rate, you get rate by 10 a.m. every day. So if it's not 10, you are dealing with yesterday's rate. Tomorrow's rate will come out by 10 a.m. So that's when you should start checking. Check in the morning, you are dealing with yesterday's rate. Don't buy by what you are saying, anything below 10 a.m. So that's when we do the flushes.
Yeah, please. I have a question. What's the difference between the dollar and the USD?
Dollar itself, it's kind of, how would I put it, it's a worldwide denomination, it's accepted worldwide. So if it fluctuates, it affects every other denomination in every country because it's a world power money. Every country accepts dollar. Every country accepts dollar. So if should anything happen to dollar, it also affects the rate of every other currency, irrespective of be it online currency or physical notes of the country. Was surely affected.
So that online currency, the reason why you think it doesn't fluctuate that much is government doesn't regulate it.
It's not regulated.
So it's not regulated that much, unlike the physical dollar you are saying. So this physical dollar, people sit down, and what I think in Nigeria is people just sit down, say, let's make it scarce.
Yes.
That's what I think. I don't know if I'm correct. Sometimes the job will compensate. Today, dollar should be worth 7. Probably somebody wants to make certain money somewhere and has dollar and say, you know what, bring out my dollar out. Let's do 170. So the guy becomes rich overnight.
Yeah, so before, okay, you want to ask a question?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, very good.
I'm Ivan by name. I'm the general manager of the house. So, honestly, I've been fascinated about the way we're breaking things down and your expertise. But honestly enough, I'm still a big fan of long-term investments. So when you say short-term investment is better, I was conflicted about my own personal belief because I feel that's where the real wealth is, and that's what the big boys do. And so I want to ask, majorly on compound interest. You know, I've been hearing this, and I've been a big follower of Warren Buffett, and he has been on the fact that the real wealth is in compound interest. So I will want to, because I'm looking for this platform to ask questions about this. So how to get more understanding of compound interest, what commodities have a boost for compound interest, and what is the risk behind it?
Let me comment. So if you are talking about long-term investment, please, not for beginners. I'm very serious, not for beginners. So what makes wealth? Wealth is made by the value that you give out. So if your value doesn't circulate, you might not be able to make long-term investment. Let me explain. For example, you are a comedian coming out. You have a show to attend somewhere. You have 100K in your account. Pull out the 100K to go and buy dollar, and you want to save it. And you need transport to go and do your performance so that they can pay you and you might have more money. Which one will you prefer? Save your money in dollar or pay transport to where you have a show? Which one will you prefer?
Save it in dollars.
No. You don't have transport to where you are.
How do you make a lot?
How will you make more money? So, like these Igbo guys, you know why they are this rich and they are smart? It's because they don't probably want to make too much on a particular commodity. An Igbo man could sell something for just 5 naira, or he could sell like 1 million pieces. And you that is looking for a long-term investment, you go and buy products, 1K on 5K on top, and you are selling like 3 pieces in a month. And Igbo man is selling 1 naira profit, making what 10,000 pieces in a month. Who makes more money? So I would suggest for starters, you are just coming up, pursue short-term investment. Long-term investment for people who are already established. You know Jay-Z? You should know him. It was one of his songs. I'll try and get the song right. He said when he was coming up, he bought an artwork for 1,000. That's I say 1K, like $1K. Yeah. That in 3 years later, that artwork became like $5,000. 8 kilo. You know the song? Yeah. Thank you very much. God bless you. You know the song. I know. I like Jay-Z. Like I listen to him and I follow him a lot. So that kind of person is not looking for a short-term investment. He won't do short-term investment. He said in that same song, he said why the Jewish own the property in America is because they don't throw money in strip clubs. Bro, I don't know if you know that part. They say they don't throw money in strippers club. Rather, they invest the money. How do they invest it? They buy houses in neighborhoods. They don't rent. They buy. So if you're saying short-term investment is not good, I will tell you that short-term investment is the best for somebody to just start amongst people like that guy you mentioned. That guy can put $1 billion somewhere and he will die. He will die. He will even die. His children will come up and get it. So that artwork I'm telling you about now, Jay-Z has handed over that artwork to his children. At the end of the day, that artwork will worth like $10,000 to $15,000. Something he bought just $1. You understand? So that's investment. He's not broke, no money. He's just trying to say, okay, we will hand these things over to his children. When they grow up, they too can hand the whole farm to their children. So that's a long-term investment. For guys just coming up, please go for a short-term investment.
Sorry, can you just list a few short-term investments?
Okay, investment is based on what you like doing.
Yeah.
For example, me, I like buying and selling. I can buy a land today. Somebody will tell me, please, I need land. I'll take it there the next day. I will just add like 500K or 700K on top. Then I sell. That's investment. That's 700K. We have 300K. Add to that money and buy another land. So that's an investment. At the end of the day, I could be making not too much money, but a lot of money at a very long time.
Within a short period of time.
Unlike somebody who is saying, I'll get a land, leave it for
5 years.
Like another thing again you need to know. Somebody could go and even get money, build house, and say, want to rent it out and get your money back. How long do you think you will get your money back? That's a long-term investment. House like this. Rent the rooms out. Let's see, 1 million. How much do you think it takes to build this house? 200, 300 million. And you are giving the room out for 1 million. How many rooms are in the house? Times it by 10 years. You think you get 1/10 of whatever you spend. So that's long-term investment. So I would suggest you go for short-term investment. That's just the turnover, like the money keeps coming.
We are not saying long-term investments.
I'm not saying it's not bad, it's bad though.
But
there's a stage
graduate, it is a stage.
You no longer do short-term,
you no longer do it. So you just graduate into
just put your money into things and before you know it, the children will inherit it. Now most of this long-term, people won't do it for a reason, not for them again.
Yeah.
It's for generation to come.
Yeah. So you can just do it for the children. Buy it in their name just like somebody else.
Buy land, buy gold and sell, buy dollars, buy expensive metals.
First time somebody is talking for that.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, my co-housemate. I'm Mr. Bravo by name.
Mr. Bravo.
Yeah, by name. So I'm from this year out. Talking about investing of shares. Mainly my account managers have convinced me so far about investing my money in shares because I'm banking with 4 different banks. But I'm not fully convinced because I haven't invested anything in it because I have no experience.
But I thought we have even debated our mind from shares into some other things.
No, really what I want to ask is investing your money in shares and investing it on cryptocurrency, which one is way more better? Because I like tracking.
So for crypto, I think we are not going to say anything about it.
Yes.
So
it's not legalized in Nigeria. So you're doing crypto as
your
your
money
own
where
risk.
you can see.
You can see.
You
I would rather prefer to even buy block, keep and sell.
It's the solution.
Good evening, thank you very much. Good evening, my housemates. My name is The Solution. Concerning what you said about the share, you say we can buy from bank and get from another place. So I want to know, how will you differentiate the real one from the fake one? Because we have a lot of internet fraudsters these days.
Okay, the first way to know is go through a broker. A broker, his job is to buy shares, sell them, know when shares are appreciated, and just get a broker.
Then doing public offer, it's been announced. You see it in paper, online, and wherever.
Since you are not knowledgeable much, don't do it yourself. Get a broker.
So, first, is it advisable to use Afri Invest? Those have Afri Invest 2.1, Afri Invest 2.2.
I really don't want to talk about apps.
Apps or anything online.
Developed by individuals.
Anything online.
First of all, most of them don't have
Really
offices. There's no physical place you can say, okay, these are the guys. So I don't like talking about them.
Yeah, if you want to do, you make it a short. No, take a short.
Okay. I want to go back regarding the shares.
For shares, we don't want to see. Yeah, we share.
The question is this:
Go ahead.
for you made mention about we having to go through the broker, right? So for some shares like Oceanic Bank, I don't have shares in
Oceanic Bank,
Oceanic Bank is therefore, so for such shares like that, can someone trade them through a broker? And for a broker, how can one access one? And does it come with a fee?
Okay, first of all, like Oceanic Bank, I think they are closed. So most times if the bank goes like that, what happens is that another bank take over their liabilities.
Yes.
So I don't know which bank you've mentioned.
The medical bank. The medical bank.
So you can walk into any eco bank. You have your certificates. Beautiful. Present your certificate, and they will assign a broker to you. So from there, probably give you a check if you want to cash out. But there's this bank that closed recently.
Everything.
Yes. So I heard they were giving checks out for people who have
Money.
Another thing you need to know, if the bank closes, they can't give you 100% of your cash. Because no, NDIC regulate like 30% of your
So sorry, you mentioned pay yourself salary.
Very important.
Let's say I earn. Let's say the least anybody can earn now for the minimum is about 80K.
Yeah.
And I earn about 120. And I have other needs. How do I pay myself from that?
Okay. Like 120 is very big. If I were you, I would divide. Yes, 120 is big. There are people who still earn like 80K. 70. Some security guys just have some other. Another thing you need to understand is who is doing the job.
You.
So are you not entitled to having a share of whatever you get?
Yes, you are.
So I would suggest to keep 50% for yourself. Minimum, keep 50% for yourself. I'm not saying you can't go back to that 50%, but just have this mindset. Take 50% out, then you can start spending. And that spending should only go to those parts that are most important. Some parts are not important. For example, sending data out. Urgent 2K. The point is, those urgent 2K guys, I know they will survive without it. Somebody called me and like needed money. I don't get. Like I just said it. I was very angry that manager. Not God the guy, but I was dealing with something. I don't get. Only to find out that the guy is balling the next day. Bro, the guy was balling the next. I'm not joking. This is my guy balling the next. So I started thinking, so okay, with and without me, this guy will survive. If it comes to finance, don't be emotional. For your money, with all seriousness. The point is nobody is coming for you. It's just you and you alone. Nobody's coming for you. So the rest part you can start splitting. Make sure you look good. Make sure you eat well from the money. Then if you have parents, let them have from it. And save the remaining part. While you are saving, looking at what you can put that money into. But money that is sitting in the bank is not bringing anything in return. It's just there. And there's a stage you grow to, that money will start feeding you. I know of a man who made an investment of 200 million for the bank. So what they were paying him from that, the interest of that 200 million, they just did the job, debits the profit, pay his driver, buy diesel, the nanny that is nanny or house help that is cleaning for him, he pays from the profits, he still have some. And he lives. That is car, he drives away. Now, these people have what? They have saved. Now, that money is okay. That's how it should be. So at this stage, we shouldn't impress anybody. No, don't impress anybody at this stage. Just can't see. Don't impress anybody. The time is coming, you have this money in excess. I'm sure. If you keep doing what you're doing, you have this money in essence. By then, you don't even know what to do with money. But not now, at this stage where they pay you 120k, somebody calls you from somewhere, then you 70k. Because you are trying to do a nice person. You send 70k. Then before the other one ends, you go and borrow 20k from somebody. So what that person has done to you is take you like 5 steps back. You must start struggling to pay debt. Once you are done with the debt, your salary has been affected. They are no longer balanced. So I would suggest.
Is there okay? I don't know. Is there salary in our or like that?
Before now.
No.
Before, okay.
Even if you're an entertainer, you still have salary. Entrepreneur, you earn salary. What you do at the end of the month, collect what you've made. The another thing again, documentation is very important. If you do business,
Proper.
don't play with it. Even if it's 1 naira, write it down. At the end of the month, add everything up. Remove your own. Pay yourself. That's what I do.
So
Very important. Pay yourself.
So while we've spoken about investment, I would also like us to, from here now, move into savings. You can't do investments without savings. Because at the end of the day, it is your savings that will help you when your investment is down. So while investing, let's exhibit the habit of saving. Now, like he said in one of his speech, that you should, when you're working, you make an income or from your salary, you should reserve. Like myself, I call it a reserve account. Reserve account, you should create a reserve account. You put in money that you're not going to use for whatsoever reasons. Now, using myself as a case study, my reserve account is in dollar. So it's very difficult, even when somebody calls for 2K, it's very difficult for me, or when there is an emergency, to touch. Then two, where that also helps you, is when you want your savings to help you, it's in dollar. By the time you're changing it, you're making more. Do you get? So we should all engage in having a savings reserve account and make sure you open it in dollar. So it will be very difficult, even when you don't have liquid naira cash, and somebody is asking you, you have your money in dollars, so it will be very difficult for you to say. So you rather say no to the person. But if you have few naira, you know how to share. But your dollar, don't touch. Now, as an entrepreneur, I just want to chip into that. I also like the word I said, or we might have heard it before. There is no salary earner that eventually became rich. Yes. To that, we must, in one way or the other, involve ourselves in buying and selling business. Business is just simply buying and selling. To that, let's involve ourselves around buying and selling. Use the latest method online and the rest. Project yourself to the outside world. Do your packaging and the rest. You start selling. Everybody, all rich people are selling one product or the other. If you're not selling products, you're selling services. Do you get? Now, salary is also good. It's a way of bringing out yourself because you start up capital. You get it from salary. As far as you are not coming from a rich family that would invest some amount in you for you to start up, you must work. Because I know there are some people that want to kick against salary. When you're working, you say you are a slave or something. No. So you get, it's a startup capital. If you know what you're doing, your salary should be saved for you for a particular period so that you can remove yourself from a salary earner and become a business guru. Now, while you're being a business guru, you're doing business, you should set out a particular amount that you will be saving that you don't touch. A typical example, I would even want to use my sister as an excuse. She's a typical businesswoman. She has this supermarket in one of the malls. In the recent time, past time, she's this kind of businesswoman that when she sells 1 million in 1 week, she will use all the 1 million to go and buy goods again. That's what commonly practiced among business people. when they sell 1 million in a week, they will put the 1 million buy all the stocks. And she has been doing that over time. So she doesn't have any money anywhere. Now, when I met her, I spoke to her, I told her, this business you're doing is very lucrative because a business that you could sell 1 million. 1 million in a week is even too, so I think she should sell 1 million in 2 days because it's one big supermarket that she has. So I told her, be paying yourself because she does not take any money from them. Pay yourself from this money because at the end of the day, it is the money that will help you. This money you're saving will help you when there are natural disasters. These are natural occurrences that we cannot foresee. You understand? It could be fire, it could be any other thing. Now, when you want to go to banks to loan you, you go through some documentation. That is even if you have a relationship with any bank. But if you have saved some certain amount of money, you can use it to start up again. So it saves you from moving or seeking for one friend's family to come and resuscitate you again. So your savings will thereby help you when everything is down, natural disasters. 2, your savings will also help you to expand. When you save a lot of money over time and you want to grow, probably you want to expand your business, like go to another location to set up the same thing that you're well known. You could use your savings that you saved over time and do that. So it helps you to expand in your business. So let's cultivate the habit of saving too while you're making money. Please take out some percentage. If it is 25% out of 100 from your income, save it. Money you don't touch. Over time, you will see yourself growing. And how do we measure growth? It is through your savings, what you have, the liquid money you have untouched. That is your growth. It is not the product you have in your shop, because anything could take that away. But when you have some liquid amount of money in your reserve, because even the country, that's what we measure as an economy, because every country has a reserve account. So you, as human being, as an entrepreneur, should have a reserve account. Money you don't touch for whatsoever reason. It is how you measure your growth. So while they are growing, you're also growing. Now, when it's time for you to expand, because we are looking towards becoming, the end point of a businessman is to become rich. Now, when you call yourself, I can remember my lecturer then when we were in school. He said, a rich man is when you're doing a business and you are not there. You could go for a vacation, your business is running. That's a rich man. That's a businessman. But when you're working, you're doing a business, and your presence is needed there, you're just self-employed. It's you there. Now you cannot move away. You just have to be there to monitor your manager, to monitor, you're just self-employed. So the growth of a businessman is from self-employed, you become a businessman. So how do you become a businessman? It's by that reserve. When you're putting your reserves, from your reserve, you create some other channels, you create some, that's how all these levels are. So that's how you grade yourself. So when you're looking at the reserve, by the grace of God, my sister, when he now called me, because of that advice I gave her, she said she has over 30 million now in her reserve. Now she wants to build that, she wants to go into real estate. So that will give you a level of confidence. But before, now in 5 years, she's having 30 million now in her reserve. In fact, she's always thanking me that I gave her that advice because she's used to, when she buys, she tops up. That's what it is. So have a reserve. Have a reserve together. So savings is very good. We have some few notes here that will help you. It's not much. I don't think it can go around. That will help you to read and understand saving and what's that? Financial growth. So I don't know if there's any photocopy because we brought few. Yeah, so that's good. So it's about it. So at this junction now, I don't know if there's any question again. Go ahead, you can ask a question.
Okay. I'm a summary and I'm a monthly salary is about 40,000 per month. My transportation from to and fro in house work is almost about 28,000 in my working place. So how can I save money from the little one, because I have other expenditures that do come out from it at least I will chop up to even 38,000 before ever 40,000. So how can I manage to save money out of it? Because I always find it difficult to save something out of it.
truth be told, it will be difficult for you to say from that.
Another thing again.
I mean, I was in that position. Working at the airport, you're earning about, let's say, you're earning 180, 250. And now you have to pay transport from where you're coming every day. And only transport coming and going is about 5,000 naira. Now you've not included feeding in it. You're going to feed. And around airport premises, food is not always cheap. It's quite expensive. So for you to even have like a single meal, it's going to cost you about 3,500 to 4,000.
5,000.
So let's say in a day already, you already spent like 10,000 naira. And you're earning about
28 days.
And now there's accommodation you have to sort.
Accommodation.
There's clothes you have to put on because
Did they give you accommodation there?
They don't give you accommodation at the airport.
So
how do you say from that?
I will add, another thing that is very important is self-development. So there's a way you can upgrade. What I mean by upgrade, add to your skills, you can get a better job. Because the current job you are doing, this certificate that you use,
so I won't blame
SSC. So if you can, there are courses to do online. You don't need to go to university if you don't have the means. There are little courses you can do. AI is trending like madman. If you are an expert in AI or other stuff, it will pay you up to 200,000, 300,000. In fact, you might not even need to leave your house. I know people don't go out. There's a lady I know that don't go out. She gets $1,500 every month. She doesn't go out. And she can work for like 3 companies. I only know one company she works with. Why? She did 2 certifications online. It takes $30 also. She became better, applied for a job, and she's doing well. So why, I'm sorry to say this, you are still on that 40K stuff because you've not really stretched yourself.
Are you still there?
No. You've not stretched yourself. So I will advise you, stretch yourself. Go out of your comfort zone. It will hurt you. Just like an insect coming out of, they call it metamorphosis in biology also. When they are coming out, very painful. They are leaving their shells behind. So it's your personal decision. You just choose to, let me come out. The country is hard. It's not easy. Like I'm saying, it's not that sweet. It's not sweet. No, it's not. But if you commit yourself to it, feel yourself in one day better. And people always go for things that are better. I don't know if you know. If people comes up for an interview, they usually pick the best. So the best is simply because the person took out time to work on his or herself. Nobody is actually better than any other person. Just the time you allocate to development, the person did not. Probably the person allocated that same time to something else, and there is no result on that. While yours is paying. So I would suggest come out of your comfort zone. You can often do better than that. At the end, you can often employ somebody if you find the parts. So that's how it is. Okay, so I think this should be the last question so that we can bring everything to a close.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
Your name?
My name is Oluwafemi. I'm in FEMAC, to be precise. I'm a real estate consultant person. And regarding the sales of a thing, my question is that as a real estate consultant, you know the nature of our business. We don't, sometimes we make sales today. Maybe
3 months, 3, 4,
next 3, 5 months, not even years. A month, 2 months, you may not make sales. Now, in a situation like that, how do you manage to save in your reserve account, and at the same time, how do you pay yourself?
So the point is, when you are doing a particular job, for example, me, I go up to like 3 things. There are things I do, I don't even need to leave my house. There are things I do, I leave my house. So if you're into real estate, what stops you from doing other things? That same land, you can use it for cultivation. You can have a poultry behind your window that you just come out in the morning. Yeah, you can sell eggs. So why would you wait? How can you survive with one stream of income? You will not survive, you won't be rich, you'll just be dead. People who are rich, check Dangote. You know, as small as salt, Dangote is involved. Sugar, Dangote is involved. How many persons are we in Nigeria? We're like 200 billion times 2 naira. Okay, how much is the smallest salt? 200 times half of Nigeria's population. So if you want to also be rich, think of people. Don't think of self. Think of people. The people driven. Just wake up in the morning, what can I do? People are naked, they need to wear clothes. Just go to market, get a kilo, sew polo. If you do 1,000 pieces of polo, before 3 months, you sell everything in this Lagos. People are hungry, they need to eat. People need to drink water. If you just think people, you'll be rich. Just stop self-thinking. I think of people. That's what Dangote thinks every day. Don't think of yourself.
In your environment, look out for what is lacking, what people need in your environment. Then look for a way to supply it.
So to round it up, I will not lie to you guys. It's always very hard to start. I will not tell you that, I will not quote it that it will be very easy, go to business. There are times you fail. And what do? You stand up, start thinking. There are times it's sweet, you make sales. The next 1 week you're not making sales. All of that is the process. Those trying times is what will bring out the best in you. So just, if you guys are very young, keep a positive spirit. Spirit also has a role to play. Positive spirit. Let that hunger come out from inside of you. If that hunger doesn't come out, you will be where you are 10 years. Have you seen marketers in the streets? Those guys selling bread. As I was coming, I saw guys selling bread. They are running, like 4 or 5 guys will be running, following one person that wants to buy bread. So at the end of the day, one person will sell it. No. So it's the person who will not stop that keeps running to the ground. So that's the spirit. I hope we've gotten something today.
Very well.
Just
I hope we've gotten something.
Very well.
Thank you very much for your time.
Alright, so I can shake you guys, right?
Yes,
sir. Okay. See you guys. See you. General.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bamilo.
See you at the top.
Thank you. See you at the top. Thank you. I hope you got something because I didn't see you straight.
General manager.
So I will start here.
Just okay. You can see it. You can see it. Just round up.
Let's do it.
Let's do it back by back. Yes, let's do it back by back. All right.
First 6.
Yes.
First 6. First 6.
Yes, some of spread out. Don't spread out. Go close. Go close to each other. All right.
Step down, son.
Okay, then you leave them there. You. So shift the beat. Shift the beat. Just little. Wait, hold on. Okay, thank you.
One more. Someone can join me.
Choose in the video that is the only person there.
See, what happens now?
So it's
I am most. Yeah, I should wait. 4 things now. 3 things now. Therefore, next time.
choose play the video.
Sign the book is. Be careful.
Alright, let's have it.
Look smaller. Alright, let's go
Yes.
next something. Red. Color.
Let's have it.
Color.
Just
I'm using this medium to give appreciation notes for the value you delivered tonight. It's world class, and to me, the conflict I spoke about long-term and short-term investments, I have more clarity now, and I believe every other housemate has learned tonight. And at our possible best, we are going to utilize that knowledge gained tonight. And I also wish you well as you go further in your career. And I also pray that you get to a global stage in your career also. Thank you so much. Thank you for the value. On behalf of all the housemates, we say thank you. Thank you.
Mansion. Keep watching this Mansion reality TV show. Bye. Okay.
Alright, my name is EMEKA. Keep watching this Mansion TV show.
Alright, thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, dear guest. It was nice having you around. Housemates, applaud our guest once again. Doctor, God's power.
Yes, Director.
Step up. Can you share a bit of what you have learned in this discussion this evening?
Okay, Director.
Alright, Director, what I've learned so far is that in all you do in life, try to save. Because saving is very, very important. So that's what I've learned so far.
You can have the seats.
Thank you, Director.
Locals, let's hear from you.
Okay. I learned. Okay, I learned the reality of the USD to the normal dollar. One, and I learned the short-term and long-term investments. And thirdly, I learned the value of being an entrepreneur in the real world today.
Nice. You can have the seats.
Thank you, Director.
Of those things.
Okay, thank you, Director. Before now, I used to get confused more on the
investing in stocks and shares basically. Having them on board, I've been able to differentiate between long-term investment and short-term investment. And I also learned the fact that being a real estate investor, it is quite important that you invest more on short-term rather on long-term investment. Because before now, I used to believe when you buy a land, you build, and you input there for a long time, you tend to eat more profit. But with their own analysis now, I've gone so much. Now if I should go back to my home, rest assured I have a land that I'm gonna put up for sale, that I'm going to make more capital in it, and then I can swear rebuy land again, then keep making more profits. So
Nice. You can have the seats. Betsy Johnson, let's hear from you.
Thank you, Director. First, I want to appreciate you for giving us the opportunity to all learn, in this Biz Mansion reality TV show season 1. I learned that documentation in every business is key to growth, because in the process of you documenting your incomes and the money you make, it helps you to analyze monthly on the things that comes in and how you spend them, which will also help you to allocate funds where it should go. Thank you, Director.
Nice. You can have the seats. Jokes for life.
Thank you, Director. Honestly, I've learned a lot. Before now, I never knew how to invest in dollars and in other costs. Today, I've learned that why on this you should be able to invest in dollar, which pays more. And then I also learned on how this currency do grow. Like naturally, before now, I never knew there's a rise and fall in dollar rates and all that. But today, I've learned a lot. So thank you, Director. These are just little to which I've learned here. Thank you, Director.
Nice. You can have the seat. Solitaire.
Solomon, okay. Solomon.
Good evening, Director. So, what I've learned so far is that as a beginner, you don't need long-time investments. What you need as a beginner, or as a young person, is short-time investments, so that you can be able to save. And while you're saving, you should be able to have the money at all costs, no matter what. You will not make use of it, except when maybe when you want to reinvest for the money to grow again. Thank you, sir.
Nice. You can have the seats. They're green.
Hello, Director. Good evening. Well, what I learned today is basically how to pay myself salary. Because I have been a victim of running the business, keep reinvesting the money. But today, I think the information sank into me. So after here, I think I'll start earning salary from green stores.
Nice. You can have the seat.
Thank you, Director.
All I did.
Good evening, Director. And I want to appreciate the opportunity to learn from these industry experts. And it's one thing to make money, it's another thing to be able to manage it. So one of the take home here is for the fact that even though I'm trying to invest in my money, I should also look for a proportion out of the money to be saving as a reserve, not because of anything, so that even the one I'm investing, I will not have, because of emergency or because of one need or the other, I will not have to go and bastardize the one I'm investing, while the one I'm saving will not be the one to be rescuing me. So I learned the fact that while I'm investing, I should also be saving something somewhere. Thank you, Director.
Nice. Very well.
Good evening, Director. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. It was quite interesting and educative for us today. As for me, as a real estate expert, I have learned a lot of things which myself, I am lagging behind regarding the investment aspect of it. And at the same time, what really interests me most in this session was the reserve account of a thing. In fact, this is the second time I'm hearing this, and I think it is high time I need to act on it. And at the same time, to diversify my fund, not to engage myself based on the economic of the country. So thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity.
Nice. Ego.
Yes, Director.
All right, Director. Thank you for this amazing event we had this evening. Well, for me, there are two things that have been consistent right from our first speaker, Dr. Mbamalu, and these people who came in now. The both of them have even though they were not here physically together, they both talked about a certain amount or percentage you should save from your business. Dr. Mbamalu gave us that 5%, they just gave 25%. And also, they mentioned, coincidentally, pay yourself. No matter how much you earn and how you believe you're the owner of the business or the company, whatever money that comes to your life, you should learn how to put yourself to a certain amount of salary, so you don't have to start diving into all of other fees and money that happens to come to your life. So I think for me, it's paying yourself and also sticking to a certain percentage to save for the better days that are coming. Thank you, Director.
Nice. Babila.
Thank you so much, Director, for the opportunity. I've learned a lot from the financial management that we should not give at our own detriment. Then that a short-term investment is good for a beginner. Then I learned about the dollar trading and everything. Thank you so much, Director, for the opportunity.
Nice. Very smart.
Thank you, Director. Thank you very much for the opportunity. I didn't know that we have kind of banking, like lending, banking, trading. I didn't know. The only thing I know is fixed deposit. I didn't know that to grow in a business, you need a reserve account. Because I'm being a person like, if I have 100,000 naira, I'll find a way the 100,000 naira will just vanish. So I've learned a lot today from this saving and banking and finance. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Colapino.
Director, thank you so much for this great opportunity. To me, now I don't want one thing, not being emotional about money, because every day family I spot that I'm inside the bush, they will still keep calling. But with this now, you go strong your mind. Man, I'm not longer be emotional about money. So and basically our business is the kind of business you buy. It's a buy and selling business. You buy, you sell immediately, you rush. I didn't know anything about reserve. I just use everything I buy immediately. I sell. I use everything I buy. So nothing like reserve. Even the one we eat, you just from the one we got. So with this, now we're able to know that number one, I'll not be emotional again about money. And number two, I also try to have a reserve account, not putting everything because something might happen. That's why. So that's it. Thank you, Director.
No, you can have the seat.
Food again.
You let me give everybody.
Thank you, Director. I will say a very big thank you to this mansion for giving me this great opportunity for meeting this great personnel. Because before now, I find it hard to cope with my 45,000 salary monthly of any life or making a living out of it. But through meeting this great personnel, I've found that so many different businesses so that I can become who I am. And once again, they made me to understand that if my location is not favorable, I should change location, and that is very important in life. Thank you, sir.
Nice. You can have a seat. Zena.
Business.
Director, thank you very much. I've learned to save, pay myself, and also invest.
But thank you.
Nice. You can have a seat. General Manager.
General Manager.
Yes, Director. So, Director, first I want to appreciate Biz Mansion for this opportunity for us to learn from industry experts. And secondly, I've been having this long-time conflict with short-term investment, long-term investment due to financial opener to know how to diversify my income, savings, investment, emergencies, and so on and so forth. So it's a big shout out to Biz Mansion, and I'm looking forward to more value like this. Thank you.
Nice. Let's have the next person.
Good evening, Director. Good evening, Biz Mansion. Q, I want to use the opportunity to appreciate you for giving us a time like this for enlightenment. Because a lot of people like me, I don't know all these things they have been saying. Because I don't like giving my money out for any sort of investment because I don't want anybody to give me stories at the end of the day. So on that note, I've learned how, and on that thing again, I've learned how to do different kind of business. That's another thing. Another thing again, I have learned how to pay myself and take care of myself instead of keeping my money for my family people or in the name of helping them. Yes. So I've learned that. Thank you very much.
No. Applaud yourselves. There is one thing that they said that you all are missing.
What is it, Director?
See you at the top.
Oh, yeah, Director. See you, Director. At the top. See you. See you at the top. See you. Director, mind day. Every year on the way. Peace up, Director. Yes, so. Top is the goal. Top.
That's the target for Biz Mansion reality TV show.
Yes.
Taking you to the top. You cannot leave my mansion and stay at the bottom or remain in the middle. You have to get to the top.
Yes, Director. Top is the goal. Goal is the top. Swag. I can eagle. Yeah. Fly eagle.
This ice cream was put up is. This ice cream was put up is.
Do you all know that the grand finale is on Friday, 19th?
We just found out. Just found out. Buckle up. Street takeovers. After that crash. Yeah,
The grand finale for Peace Mansion reality TV show Season 1 No Slot Edition is on the Friday 19, 2025. So there are so much to expect between now and then. The finalist. The finalists will have great opportunity with investors, as they will have the chance to showcase their business in a proposal. During the grand finale, so we will have a coach, a finalist, that will tutor you in improving your business and putting it in a proposal for you to present it on the grand finale. Do you understand?
Yes, Director.
Is quarterfinal. Housemates,
Yes, Director.
turn to your neighbor and say you are not in the wrong place.
You are not in the wrong place.
They are not in the wrong place. Believe that shit.
This is the next big thing that the world has been waiting for.
I'm going to sell it directly.
And I must congratulate you all as the pioneers.
Thank you, Director.
Eviction is on Saturday for this day.
Back to reality. My lectures.
Jesus.
All my aces is good for me.
As much as I wish for you all to stay, the grand prize is for a few. The winner, the first runner-up, and the second runner-up. It is up to you where you choose to stay. But for now, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Director. Thank you, Director.
See you all at the top.
Thank you, Director.
Yes. If you don't go to we'll give you another.
You know what plan?
Yes.
General Manager,
Yes, Director.
let's everyone have their phones for the next 1 hour.
Thank you, Director.
Let's have a meeting with the gym.
On this note, we have rapid on this segment.
Thank you, Director.
Alright, good evening, everyone. Yeah. This will be my first so firstly I want to appreciate us all. I got here not by my own instinct alone, but by your positive energy, your positive support. So without wasting time, it's a new governance and some things will possibly change. So and that's for the betterment of all of us. So in my governance with your corporation, it's more of the governance of satisfaction and integrity. Satisfaction in terms of the news and integrity in, let me just more transparency. Whatever we are doing, let us have this integrity. Because that was what brought me into office and I want to move with that. So without wasting much of our time, I'll first address the kitchen issue. So let me first address the drama that happened recently. And I felt bad because I feel some people are capitalizing on my personality. Maybe I'm calm, I talk less and those things. So I'll just say that was a slack on my part, yes, because I was still trying to structure myself to accept the reality that okay, I'm now Nigerian. So let me just say I flopped in that aspect. So that's a personal responsibility on my part. So, and as for those who are involved in that, we know ourselves actually. So I have just few days for this statement. So let us just maintain cooperation. So for the kitchen, there's a structure for it. We have the kitchen crew, 4 of them. Out of the 4, we have the team lead that serves as the head of that department. So if possibly I'm not available, or the PA is not available, you can just walk up to me straight. You don't need to really come to me unless need be. So and that's in the person of Mose. Mose is the team lead of the kitchen crew. So let's just give a clap for him. Now for the structuring, for our feeding, the feasible frequency of feeding will mostly be twice, as we have, let me say we have adapted to that. Unless maybe in special occasions when things change. Then for the washing of dishes, so this is just the structure. When you just put your plates in the kitchen, it will be sorted by the kitchen crew. So you don't need to, while you are eating, you don't need to start thinking, how would I wash your plates? So you don't need that. So when you are done, just put it in the kitchen and go about your normal business. So that's that. And please, no one will really be permitted to just go into the kitchen and just start doing anything. You have to either pass through him, or if you don't see the two of us, you have access to most straight. So if most feels what you're asking for is kind of beyond his power, then you can redirect to me or the PA. So that's for the kitchen. And I believe the kitchen crew will be at their best to make feeding to be prompt. So don't worry, we have the plans on ground and execution will start immediately for that because food is a primary motivator for anything. If you don't eat, you will never perform well. So secondly is for the cleaning. So we'll go back to the high-quality factory setting for our cleaning. So this is it. We are 17 presently in the house. So excluding the crew members, that's 4. Excluding the PA and Bangalore, they will also be doing the dishes with the kitchen crew. So we are 10 left. So 5 will do the normal cleaning, 5 up, 5 down. So I just want to pick some team leads for that. And at your own discretion, you can switch. Those who are down, even after 48 hours, you can go up, those who are. So that will be 5 up, 5 down. For the kitchen, just leave it for the kitchen crew. Manage that aspect. So I will, with the power vested on me for some few days actually, I would like to pick Solotech as the team lead for anywhere you prefer. And you are going to pick the remaining 4 team members, yes, on your part. Then I also want to pick, I have the person of my let me say, FEMA. So FEMA will be the other team. So those two, can you pick 4 members? Or maybe 4 members can actually volunteer to go to your sites for the cleaning. So cleaning will be more in the morning. So if you are taking up, you manage up. If you are taking down, you manage down. And please, if there's a team member who is not cooperating, but I believe at this stage you have known our personalities. I think we should have grown beyond that stage. But if there is any team that is not cooperating, giving you 12 time. In this regime, it's more protocol. If this thing is too much for you, I'll just report to the upper authority. But I don't think we should get to that extent. So let's just cooperate, do this thing, and achieve the goal. So, Mr. Solutek, you be up, standing, and Fairmark as well. So we can know those we are picking or those that want to send to the rest. So, and you are free to tell them your terms and conditions the earlier the meeting.
So you are the two that is not part of the 10.
Okay. On that day,
you are not part of the 10, just the terms of the 10.
They are not part of the 10. And the kitchen crew will increase to the 30. So the kitchen crew, you can actually move. Towards the major part.
Okay, so we have Dave and the family left. That no, that is not, that will not be included among the 10. Okay, no problem. Okay, let me pick Choose for Life. Choose for Life.
Choose for Life. Last team. Choose for
those things.
Yeah?
Dr. Laspower.
I think it's what I
Take one, you take one.
But that is it.
I think it's what
You want to take everything?
So we just one.
Yes, now. Yeah. They bring.